did it. You're right.
And
right.
we recently talked about Suicide Squad. And
oh, that's
like,
right.
oh
You guys are all right. I like to put a formal apology for Black Girl Nerds. I rented Suicide Squad because my mom hadn't seen it, and I was like, this will be fun, and I was like, this is awful. This is mind-numbing. It's a terrible movie, guys.
Some movies are just better in the theater. It's just...
Yeah, it just is. It's unwatchable if you're not in the theater. Like my mom was like, "You thought this was pretty good?" I was like, "I did."
And we were defending it so hard.
I know.
Are you still a DC conspiracy theorist? Though?
I am. I'm still a DC conspiracy theorist. I am.
Yeah,
because I also watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, and that movie is horrible.
But I think people agree that movie's horrible.
But at the time, they did not. It has an 80% Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know how that is. It should be like 60.
Conspiracy. Anyway.
And
then Doctor Strange, too. Doctor Strange has a pretty high rating, and I don't think it deserves the rating it has.
It's okay.
It's like a very mediocre film.
Yeah. It's
perfect. I bet you that film will not be any good if you were to have it at home. Doctor Strange?
Mm-mm. No. Unless you have a really cool TV.
Even Civil War is not that great. Like when you watch it at home, you're like, wow, this movie's a bummer. It's a real bummer.
Yeah, it's all leading up to that airport scene.
Yeah, like scene. Before that, it just really doesn't. It's really slow before that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're going.
I don't know. I'm stressed out about my list. I feel like it's not what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so maybe you guys can do better and tell us. You might have a better chance of winning than we do right now.
I definitely think you probably do.
Yeah, and leave comments and tell us what you think about our list or if our reasonings are good or bad because it's not looking good. But do you want to go through some of the other movies that are coming out this year?
Let's do it.
I mean, we talked a little bit about 50 Shades Darker.
Which we are both not fans of the guy in that. Christian Grey, he's not good.
Like
Charlie He has a blockhead.
No.
Oh my god! That's how you make your That's how you make your movie appeal to everybody. Black people love Charlie Hunnam, huh?
I might have pre-ordered tickets.
Yes.
I've never pre-ordered tickets for anything.
Yeah, people love him, and he has this thing where he likes to be good guys in movies, and I'm like, why? Not with a face like that, sir.
You could have had a room where you had to use safe words.
I know.
And be mysterious. And oh no. I'm glad it didn't happen because that would have just.
I know. You would have all been. It would have been too much. It would have been too much for all of us. Okay.
John Wick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you guys don't know this, but Shenee is in love with Keanu Reeves.
It's a real problem. It's a real problem.
So funny.
It's just so random because what am I, like a 40-year-old woman from Wisconsin? Like,
I was surprised that it wasn't on your list.
Because it's not going to make that much money. It's probably.
I think it will have good reviews.
Yeah.
But it'll be kind of like
It'll be like an underground. Mm-hmm. I'd be really pleasantly surprised if it entered the top 10. But I feel like.
No, I don't think so.
The best that they could sort of get for it is that it would hit the century mark. That would be cool if it would.
Yeah, that would be good.
Because I just love the first one is one of my favorite
movies.
Yeah,
that was a surprise. I was like, this is good.
I know, it's so good. And there's like so much mythology. And I was like, why don't superhero movies? Because the thing that it does better than any superhero movie is that it does an origin story without having you spend 30 minutes of the movie being and then he discovered the crystal and blah 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 blah.
Right. It does it very subtly, so it's
and it just drops
movie,
you.
I want to know about that hotel.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Versus the other stuff.
Logan, which
looks good though. It looks really good.
It looks good. It looks like it's going to wrap things.
It looks like it's gonna make me cry.
Yeah, which, XMen is my franchise. That's the one that I love.
Your franchise is having a hard time.
Those movies have broken all of my hearts.
Yeah.
So
do you like any of the new ones, like First Class, the other one, or whatever? I don't really like any of them, to be honest.
For every one of the new ones did something that just really took me out of the movie.
I think the worst thing that movie did was cast Jennifer Lawrence. I think she really killed it. upon
She
her
was
arrival.
okay in First Class. The thing that First Class did to me that was egregious was killing off Darwin.
Yeah.
That was just so. I'm still mad about it. I don't
It's
want
still
to even want to talk
upsetting.
about it.
So I think the casting of anyway, that's a whole other podcast, but whatever. So yeah, Logan. We didn't say anything about Fast and the Furious, but Fast and the Furious is on both. It's on my list. It's not on your list.
It's not on my list, but I think it's going to make a lot of money. And it's going to completely shatter my list.
Yeah, because Fast and the Furious, when it came out, was it last year? It was the highest grossing film of that year.
Yeah,
like, just low key.
Not last year, but
just like low key, just destroyed everything, which is hilarious to me. Or was it the number one, or it was like number two? But it was really high up there.
Yeah,
and people love those movies. What else? Transformers, which we also didn't talk about, which was on my list. I don't think that, honestly, like, it's on my list, but it could not hit the top 10. But those movies always make so much money.
I don't know why. Casually. They're not good.
The last one was really bad. The first one is so good, though. I love it. The first one,
I saw that. Oh, that was such a good movie.
That was when I was on Shia LaBeouf so hard.
People dog it, but
why would they dog it?
I don't know. It's a good movie. It was good.
It's perfect. It's like Michael Bay at his absolute perfect is where he's like balancing action and comedy, and Shia LaBeouf was so good in that movie, and I just loved him so much.
Yeah, I agree with you, but the other one's not good.
Mummy?
This movie, I didn't even know it was coming out until you said something, and I was like, "Why are they making another Mummy?" And
without Brendan Fraser, which is so funny because now there's like this whole online revolution to like bring Brendan Fraser back, which I'm very appreciative of.
But is it the same mythology as?
I don't think so.
I think it's something completely different.
I just can't believe that they wouldn't bring Brendan Fraser back. I just feel like Tom Cruise was like, no,
because he's a movie killer.
Don't say that.
He is.
What movie has he killed?
Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
He wasn't in that movie.
He was in all his movies are bad.
They're not bad. Oh my god, we're about to have a fight right here on the air. I am such a Brendan Fraser.
Who was in the two then? The Rock?
It was The Rock.
Oh.
Yeah, the Journey to the Center of the Earth, the first one is good.
So okay. So that was the one that did good, and then the second one was the one that was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, I still feel like he's a movie killer.
He's not. I mean, like, please show me the receipts, Liz. Show me the receipts.
Next video, I'm gonna find the receipts. I didn't intend to have the receipts.
Okay, I don't. I'm like ready to fight. I just love him. I'm
not saying that I don't like him. I really like the
George of the Jungle was like one of my favorite movies growing up. Yeah, I like Kate. Oh my god. Moving on. Ghost in the Shell.
Who?
Ghost in the Shell. It's the movie with Scarlett Johansson. Or you're saying, oh, I see. Okay, moving on.
Next.
Okay, so we said Jumanji. So we said Jumanji is the movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart, and it's coming out 2 weekends after Star Wars, which is not smart.
So maybe.
Maybe
I just don't want this movie. I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
Maybe if they go full nostalgia, but then it's like, why would you do that? It's unnecessary.
The first one is like, it's not even been 10 years. It came out in like 1995, right? Or I guess it's been 20 years.
20, like it's been a long time.
I don't know.
But still, I don't.
Where's my Mighty Ducks remake? Okay, everything's being remade from 1995. Independence Day, Jumanji. I'm ready for a Mighty Ducks remake. I hope somebody's working on that. No, I'm ready for it.
I think that's just you waiting on that.
No, I think there's other people. I think there's other people waiting for it.
I'm not holding my breath on that one.
No, I feel like it's happening. Okay, that's
Baywatch.
Right.
Baywatch, another movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
Get those checks. Dwayne.
I wrote down Irrelevant, but I also wrote down, I think it's trying to go for a 21 Jump Street type
which
of
is
feel.
Amazing. 21 Jump Street is great.
So maybe they can pull that off. In the trailers, I didn't really see them pulling that off.
The trailer was kind of funny.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
I'm always like rooting for Zac Efron for no reason because he doesn't need my support.
Remember when he was like in Oscar, like people thought he was gonna be like a
I did not.
Oscar
I
worthy.
feel like I was not here for it. He
And
was
then
in
he decided,
17 again and all those
I
movies.
loved 17
It's
again.
such a fun movie. I like
Such
that
a
movie
fun
too.
movie. But yeah, I feel like he was, because he did the Orson Welles and Me, and I feel like he was like trying to be super.
He's not that
like,
great of an actor. He's a
and then
good
he did
comedian.
Paperboy.
He's a great comedian. So I don't
Neighbors
know.
is funny.
It is funny. I wish he would just stick with that.
I loved him in Hairspray. I thought, oh wow, that was a perfect casting.
Yeah. So we use Troy Bolton, of course.
Blade Runner.
Oh my God, should that have been in our list?
No.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna make money.
Right.
I think people are gonna go see
14 or 15.
It's sci-fi.
It looks. I love the first Blade Runner. I'm like
this type of movie is my type of thing. A
Gosling.
sci-fi thinking movie. This is me. This is what I want. But I don't think it's gonna be a top grossing. I think it will make a lot of money.
Do you think it's gonna be like another? You know how not Transformers, the franchise with what's his
Mad Max?
No, Mad Max is so good. No, yeah. Terminator. It's gonna be like Terminator.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't even say that. Even though there's a guy who's in that movie who I just have such a crush on.
Ooh, which one?
Nope.
Jai Courtney.
Oh no.
Oh, who?
No, he was. You know the guy. No, I'm not gonna.
No, you have to. You have to go.
The guy was Thresh in the first Hunger Games. We talked about this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's in that movie?
Yeah, he's in it.
Doing what?
I don't even know. He's in it. He's in it. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Skip over that part. Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. So this is a movie. I think this movie. If you see it, you're acting like you haven't heard of it, but it's like it gives me Jupiter Ascending vibes because it's like this like space movie, and it has the girl. I don't even remember their names. The girl who was the evil girl, the Enchantress in
Cara Delevingne.
Yeah, that girl, and then it has the guy.
Why does she keep getting roles?
I have no idea. Her, and it has the guy who was Harry Osborn in Dane something. He was in. Wasn't he in Chronicle too? I think he was in Chronicle.
You're really digging, girl. You're really digging.
I'm trying to help you figure out who this is. He was in
the B roster.
And the
James Franco.
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that
I can see his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see him. Yeah. Okay. So they're both like starring in this.
Sounds
Rihanna's
very pale.
And like she has this really cool thing where she like takes off her hat and her hair like changes. It looks really cool. So I don't know what's going to happen with that movie.
When does it come out?
That's another thing I should have looked up when these movies are coming out.
Yeah, you know what? Too. Because that really kind of helps shape the strategy for some of these, because a lot of them are coming out.
I know I looked at it when I was making this list, because these movies do not come out anywhere near the same time. So like Beauty and the Beast, for example, I put it higher because it comes out earlier, and it may make a bunch of money by default for just being out longer.
Being the first. Because a lot of these first movies, that's why I put Kong on my list, because Kong is like the first movie out that's like gonna, other than 50 Shades of Grey and John Wick, it's like the first movie out that's like kind of like a blockbuster style movie, because I think it comes out in March. So I feel like people will just be thirsty for like different type, because it's like dead before then, which is so weird. It's like, because it's like January, February, March.
Might make money.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that these movies are doing, because a lot of them come out around the same time. Like, they all basically come out in the same weekend. And I'm like, why don't you split it up?
Right. It's like completely empty from January, February, March. And then March is like the new sort of like summer, because that's when Batman v Superman came out. So it's like...
So everything starts
earlier. Then everything starts March, and then it's like April, May, and then like from there, there's a movie every weekend until the end of the year, basically. Except for there's like a stretch in August where there's not a lot of movies, which I would have put something there.
Which is crazy. Isn't that when movies are supposed
Yeah,
to?
I guess
I
movies
don't
haven't been maybe
understand.
movies haven't been doing that well during that time because of school coming together. And then there's only one movie coming out around the 4th. So it's really stupid. So they're like clumped up around each other, but then there's like because it's like stupid. It's like because Justice League is coming out 2 weekends before Star Wars, which is like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That is
I
like
don't
the stupidest
understand
thing
why
I've
this
ever
movie
heard.
is coming out this year, period.
Yeah,
I do
push it
not think
back.
that this movie should come out this year.
Because then
So,
after this year, there's nothing. Like if you look at like the 2018 slate,
um,
the only movie
that's
is
good
Black
because
Panther.
Black Panther needs to just be on its own. I don't
Yeah,
want any competition for it. That's all you need to see. That's all you
that's
need
the
to
only
see.
movie
That's
that's
it.
coming out in 2018. Is like
That's all.
I think it's Black Panther.
The
Oh, the
Han Solo
Avengers
movie.
movie. Yeah, that's true. The Avengers movie's coming out as well.
So I think maybe 2006, 2000. I don't know. I keep saying 16. 2018 will go back to maybe 5 big event
Right.
movies, and then because these movies are some of them are gonna fail. They have to.
There's just
Oh,
not enough space.
Dark Tower. That's a movie
Oh.
that people have been waiting on for a long time with Idris starring in it.
You just can't open movies though so far. He's not very good at opening.
I feel
He's box office poison if you want to talk about poison.
You think so? Why do you say
Yeah,
that?
because I feel like the movies that he's in don't do that well. Like they always like sort of perform a little lower than movies should. Like the Thor movies don't perform that well.
But he's not. But it's not like he had a starring role in
That's true,
those.
but he's like in
Because
them.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I don't think he's gotten a
A
starring
role
role
to where he can
yet.
be.
So this, I guess, this is going to determine
I guess
it.
my thing is that I feel like he just ends up being in sort of like movies that are not that great.
Yeah, I think that's more so what it is.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me nervous about Dark Tower, and I don't know the franchise because I know these are really popular books, is that I don't know why, but I get like what's that horrible movie that he was in from it? Oh, the Ghost Rider. I get Ghost Rider vibes from this
Oh,
movie.
don't say that.
Oh,
That's
I
a
know it's
horrible
so
thing to
bad,
say.
but I mean,
Oh my god,
I love
Ghost
Idris.
Rider. Ghost Rider was a
Idris is
thing.
doing something like he's like you can sign up to be his
Oh
Valentine's Day date.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, like
I would
that's
die. It's
crazy.
like my whole
Oh, like
body
I couldn't
would.
do it. I don't know how Jamie could do it. I couldn't do it because if you go on the channel, she videotaped.
I can't do stuff like that. Like I don't like. There's a possibility that I might be able to go do some John Wick stuff for Black Girl Nerds, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't
I
want to
can't
think.
wait.
I don't want to
You
think
have to
about it.
videotape all of it.
I'm probably just not gonna show up.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about it. We can't talk about this here. We're gonna talk about that.
Nervous.
Okay, so yeah, those are some of there's a movie Get Out. Have you heard of that one? It's the horror film.
Oh yes.
By Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Yes.
People are saying that it might be pretty good.
I'm very curious about that.
That's kind of cool that he did that.
Yeah, it looks very strange. Every time I'm sitting in the theater and that trailer comes on, it came on before Fences, and people are like, "Oh no."
I love going to see the movie with people.
Yeah.
Humans are so fun.
Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Prometheus was horrible.
I didn't see it.
No, don't. Alien Covenant's not going to make any money. It's going to be one of it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Who cares?
I really like the first one.
I love the first one, and I really like the actor who's playing the bad guy.
Who is it?
The villain.
Javier.
Yes, Javier. Bardem.
I was gonna say he's every villain ever.
He's so good though.
That's all he does is play villains.
Have you seen,
I get him confused with the guy who plays Negan sometimes.
Yeah, they kind of look alike. I could see that, but Javier. I think that movie Vicky Cristina Barcelona. That's like that movie. That's the movie that everyone likes him from. So yeah, we'll see how these. We'll see what happens because I'm looking at all these lists and notes that I've taken.
My list is a mess, and I feel like I'm just gonna rethink it all.
Yeah, so we'll.
Let me make sure that we've covered all these. Logan, Kong, Alien Covenant, Beauty and the Beast. Oh yeah, we said we don't like. How do you think Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be? Guardians of the Galaxy does not look good to me.
I can't tell. I can't see. We talked about we feel like Chris Pratt looks really
He
tired.
looks super
He
tired.
looks tired.
He looks super
He
tired.
should have saved the energy he had for Passengers for
I
this
know.
movie.
Because he looks good on
Um,
Passengers, and he looks, oh my god, he looks his best on Jurassic Park. I remember when I went to go see Jurassic Park in the theater, like he does something. He like stands or something, and he's in his clothes, and he's like walking towards her, and like everyone in the audience, we were like, oh, like there was like it was like
Everyone
audible.
did.
We were like,
Yeah.
yes.
That's what that movie succeeded in, and had a lot of like moments of like looks, like the woman running in heels, which was
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous,
it
or
was just
someone standing
very,
and saying something and
yeah,
just
it's like
looking
very
very.
Steven Spielberg, even though he
Yeah, it
didn't
was
direct it.
like a
It had
homage
that
to his
vibe.
style.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
had that vibe, and it was fun. I don't know. People really hate that movie, but I think it's fun.
I think it was a little too much, too excessive. Like if they maybe went held back a little bit, I would have liked it a little more. But I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was fine.
It was just like sale. I feel like every job he's gotten since then is just about how he looks in that movie because he just
Mm-hmm.
really looked good. But
Yeah.
he's tired now. It's hard to
He looks tired.
maintain.
It's hard to make a lot of movies, and it's hard to be in big budget movies all the
Yeah, he's
time. So
always working.
hopefully after this he takes a little bit of a break.
Have any of you guys seen Passengers? Let us know in the
Yeah, let
comments.
us know if that was good. I was talking to a coworker and he said that it was good, but then everyone else said it was bad. So
Uh-oh, I wonder if that's gonna kill. I don't think he's fine. Probably.
no, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I think if
fine.
anybody's gonna absorb it, it's probably gonna be Jennifer Lawrence because she's sort of been
Well,
having
she's had
bad
a few movies
buzz.
that were
Yeah,
kind of.
I was watching Joy and I didn't hate it. She's just
It wasn't
miscast in
bad.
it.
She's miscast.
Yeah,
That's the movie is a good movie.
I liked it. I
She
thought it was
should not be.
inspirational from an entrepreneurial
She
perspective.
should not have been cast in that movie.
Yeah,
You're just looking at it and it's like you look
she
like
looks
a
like a
20
kid.
something.
Yeah,
And you are supposed to be this wearied woman.
yeah.
I don't believe it.
Because in one scene she's supposed to be like in her 40s, and it's just
And
like,
it's
no.
just so, and her face is so
fresh. Yeah,
fresh. It's
yeah.
just, no. I wonder who should have been cast. Maybe like a Diane Lane.
Yeah, like a Diane Lane or.
I love her.
I love her too. Or even Julia Roberts, I thought could be good.
Yeah, Julia Roberts. Someone who's that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, acting can only take you so far, and she's not bad. She's not bad in it.
Oh.
I know she was nominated. I don't know why, but
because people just love her. But I don't think it's gonna. She just needs to take a break. She needs to stop working for like a year.
She needs to kind of take a step back and decide, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Because you're doing all this stuff and you didn't want to do Mystique. I don't even know why you accepted that, because someone else.
It was before. It was like before she had all these options.
But she could have chose not to do it again, though.
Yeah, that's true. I think she should have just opted out. I think we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Because she's horrible at that part. She's really bad at it. It just seems like she's having such a horrible time. And then what happened was that she got so popular, and so they made her the center of Days of Future Past, and it's just like,
which was a mistake.
People like that one, but I didn't like that one either. I don't like any of them. First Class, this last one, any of them. I just think they all
mesh together. I said this in the other video. I would love for you guys to tell me what happens in any, like, what's the plot. Tell me what's the plot, and if they're not the same, then you get a cookie, because I don't know.
Oh well.
Because if Magneto didn't destroy the whole Earth at the end of each movie, like that's what happened.
Oh, X2 is so good. Oh my god, that movie's so good. XMen 2.
I actually really have a soft spot for the first one.
That's good. That's interesting. It's an interesting hot take.
You don't agree?
No, I think it's just because I'm also an X-Men fan. That's like one of my fandoms. Me and Liz have these conversations about like what our fandoms are, and X-Men is like one of my early fandoms. And I just thought that it's just not a good. It just seemed like a stupid story to pick. Like I think if you read the X-Men comics, or even if you watch the cartoons, all of the movies feel like a disappointment to you because you're like, why this story? Like there's so many much better stories you could pick. Why this one?
Like I'm not disagreeing with you on it. I don't know. That was like my first. I was so happy to see the movie after being so obsessed with the comics and the
cartoons.
The cartoon. So even though I kept watching it and I'm like, where's Beast? So anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's it. This video is going to be split into parts because it's
because
15
people
minutes.
are not going to want to hear us say all this
so
stuff.
We'll split it into parts. And yes, like I said, the way you sort of can submit your picks for the draft and win the prizes is you just go into the description box below at whatever part video this is and enter your picks, your top 10 picks, follow this channel, and then follow Black Girl Nerds on Twitter, and that's all you have to do is to apply. And
yes, so you need to subscribe and like the video.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah, like our videos and comment, please.
Yes, interact with us, please.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and you guys give such good feedback.
Yes,
all the time.
Thank you guys. Thank you. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.